Jim Thorpe, Lit by Lightning, premieres on History Channel July 7th. We have Chris Eyre here to chat all about it. Thank you so much for your time today.
I appreciate being here to talk about Jim Thorpe.
Let's talk a little bit about this documentary, his life, his legacy. I mean, a trailblazer really in life and especially in the 1912 Olympics.
That's right. I mean, in 1912, he won 2 gold medals, if you can imagine, in both the decathlon and the pentathlon. But his achievements go way beyond that. He was the first president of what would become the NFL. He played professional baseball. He was a great ballroom dancer, they said. And so basically, he did all these amazing things, and he was regarded as the greatest athlete ever, and people should really know his name, Jim Thorpe.
Professional football, baseball, basketball, and like you said, a ballroom dancer, as well too, but kind of combining all these things that people love. And I can't even think of another athlete now, maybe have done those things, but who's kind of in that same kind of realm as he was.
That's right. And, we have people like maybe comparables of Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders today, but he did far more than that in a different time and place. And I think one of the greatest attributes with Lit by Lightning is that LeBron James, as an executive producer, was fully on board with recognizing Jim Thorpe as the greatest athlete ever. And when it comes with company like LeBron James, makes you stop and say, wow, let me check this out.
Oh, exactly, 100%. Talk a little bit about what we're going to see in the documentary and what we're going to learn a little bit about his life.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing for me as a filmmaker, and I'm a Native American filmmaker, I'm Southern Cheyenne and Arapaho, I always kind of am intrigued by what's behind the story, what's behind the athletic achievements. And for Jim Thorpe, I mean, he lost his twin brother at 9, he lost both parents by 11, and he was carted off to boarding school, first Haskell in Kansas, and then to Carlisle in Pennsylvania. And this 11-year-old kid, probably took athletics by the horns and did his best. And he did his best, and he, achieved and achieved and achieved. And I think, the inspiration here is that, you put one foot in front of the other and you achieve. And for young people, especially in particular Native American young people, I just hope that they see this inspiration about an epic life and how you put one foot in front of the other all the time and you achieve great things.
And I want to go back to the 1912 Olympics because 2 of the categories that he competed in and won were brand new categories in the Olympics, as well as several other ones. So it was a pretty monumental year, for the Olympics.
It was monumental, and it was the year that it's famously said that the King of Sweden said, "Jim Thorpe, you are the greatest athlete in the world." And Jim Thorpe retorted by saying, "Thanks, King," which is very colloquial, Americana, maybe Oklahoma, and just very simple. But Jim Thorpe was a very simple, I see him as a very humble person. One of the things that isn't lost on me is that he did all of this before money. He wasn't making money in a superstar athlete, and he did this before being a celebrity athlete was created. He was actually the first celebrity athlete. Newspapers were the means of information traveling the world, and he became a worldwide name based on newspapers, and the longevity that takes is intriguing to me.
I mean, that's something that's definitely not lost because obviously, we have social media, we have sponsorship deals, shoe deals, whether it be nutrition things that people could sponsor and see their face, and you get to know these athletes in so many different realms. But, for people to kind of take a look at that period of time and seeing kind of what he made of himself, without all these modern day, factors.
That's right. I mean, I think about that quite a bit. And in doing this movie, I just started to recognize who he was as a person, which is he had a humility, he had a humbleness to him. He was found in his later life digging ditches in Los Angeles for $4 a day. And I think to myself, he wasn't thinking about people perceiving him as fallen from grace. He was thinking about generationally being a hard worker and what that meant, which is he wasn't lazy, he didn't sit around, he tried all the time, even in his later life. and I look at his pictures and I look deep into those eyes and I think to myself, there was no shame in his game.
Yeah.
I think
100%. Well,
that's
Chris, thank you so much for your time today. The documentary Jim Thorpe, Lit by Lightning, premieres History Channel on July 7th.
great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.